It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Pump Pump. You ever heard of a Pump Pump build? Well, basically everybody knows that the Arcanans actually are used for the purpose of supporting. You can actually go here and you find out that the Arcana can actually use Arcana Protection, which gives a tank a shield and at the same time increases their threat. They can also use Empower Beam to increase the amount of damage another player can make by from 20% to 100% as his channel. You can increase that, decrease the time of sorry. You can increase the time that you get to 100% much faster if you actually use a cast time, cast peoples. Frazzle is also increases the damage taken by either a player or a boss, and then you have Purge, which purge the players, silence the players, and also deal damage. If you actually look at each one of them, such as this one, Black Hole, if they see a Surge, that actually Surge will be put into the middle, into that Black Hole middle spot, and a tank can go in, silence, everybody can AoE the living shit out of them. Or the players can actually use a Time Freeze, which freezes everyone in there, and everybody can AoE them. Again, there is a lot of things that you can do with this as a support class, but not many players use actually these as a DPS. They know that a support class is not a DPS. However, there's a way that you can actually bypass that rule by using stuff that actually decreases your cast time. Now, however, my alternate build is usually something that does a druid, and though it's very slow to get these stacks up, once you have it up there, let's say you're fighting in a 2v2 and you have a healer or something like that, somebody who can support you, and you actually can get that stack up there, and you use the Spectre Helm, oh my god, that actually hit a lot. Again, you don't actually have to use the Spectre Hood for the Scholar one. You can do something else, but I love using the Spectre Hood because it allows me to reach my chest and allows me to keep using the pump even longer. I know it costs just a bit more, but hey, sacrificing that thing for something for the better of DPS, I would say yeah. Now, I would say what happens is you use your cloak and you basically use the speed caster. Doubles up your casting speed and decrease the energy cost by 70%. Again, you have something like the Spectre Hood, who recesses your chest so you can actually do it again. And here, boots is up to your preference. Again, cloak is usually up to your preference. I prefer Limhurst, but again, if I'm running out of mana, I would use the Limhurst. And again, the Muay is also up to you. You can actually use a shield, which is better for PvP, but I'm just testing this with this at the moment. Again, these spells would be the Energy Bolt, Frazzle, and the Purge. Purge is great because if you find another healer who's trying to like buff itself up, like a Potato Nature or greater staff, you can just purge that shit out. Again, if the players are putting a buff on themselves, you can just purge the living shit out of that. And lastly, the only thing you cannot purge, it will be their Guardian Boots, I guess. So again, let's say you're actually going to be fighting. I'm going to look for this mob right here and this mob right here, and I'm actually going to be fighting this mob. So when I do fight, I like to do Frizzle, and then I like to use my chats and just longer time that I can actually use my pump pump. Again, it does hit a lot and it does hit fast. So again, I'm going to actually fight this guy, and one more time I'm going to use the Frazzle, and again I'm going to use my pump pump spells real quickly, just so I can damage him real quickly down and get to the next game. Now, one of the other builds, again, can be used with the Druid chest, but this is very, very slow. But if you can actually get it, your stack ups to like 8, you pretty much are deadly. You're dealing 56% more damage. So, for example, let's say I'm just going to go to a different mob. The first thing I would do is basically I will try to use the D to refresh it on the stack. So I press a stack, I refresh it, that just so you can get a next stack. So again, here it comes. I'm gonna use the R, D, then I'll press this one, the F, and again W, and then I'm gonna hit them with the pump pump. Again, it's pretty slow. So I've used the purse right now, so I can hit them. And now before it stacks, now it has 8 stacks right there. Before the stacks leaves off, then I use it again, and during that time, I still have more of a 56% damage, and as you see, it still refreshes. So if you use it at the end of the second, you can have an even longer time of the 56% damage when fighting a player. So that's pretty much the build, but I don't think that many people will use the Druid on the Spectre. There was a build back then that I tried to use it on the Druid, like, Well, yeah. I tried to use that on the Druid staff, and I was able to make the stat class longer. But again, without the Graveguard, there's no way a Druid can actually survive. That's their like second emergency heals. In this case, if you actually can get it up there to like 8 stack, that's what she said. You basically can have deal 56% more damage, and if you reset this, with the pressing, you reset the chest with the helm, and you press the chest. It actually does another stack. It does actually another refresh, and then from there you can keep refreshing it by using more abilities. So at the last second, as it's about to fall off, you use one instant ability, maybe a purge or a run speed or something like that, and that gives you another refresh on the last one, so you can have an even longer 56% damage. So I don't know if you guys actually want to try this here and there and stuff like that. I can't try it at home because everyone in there keeps saying that they have a bigger specs and stuff like that, and I am not big spec. I am literally what? I'm 0 spec. I'm 0 spec. So I'm 0 spec in this. I'm 0 spec in this. I'm also 0 spec in these shields. So I can't even test the shield. So I mean, you can use a shield for PvP. I'm pretty sure it's going to be much better than the Moisac, but I don't have a spec shield, and I'm already wasting a lot of money just trying to buy these weapons and stuff, just so I can show you guys what it is. But hey, man, comment below. I will put a description of at least one person, finally, one person who is doing a content for the pump up build. I think it's a little bit it has a scholar robe. I don't know what they're using for the helm or boots or stuff like that, or cloak. I haven't asked, but I seen that they're basically have the, you know, well, you call it pump up build because you're actually pumping with your Q.